This is Wake Up and Lead, a daily podcast where ambitious young professionals learn to lead themselves. I'm your host, Hampton Dorge. Today is a fitness day, and we are going to be talking about why you're not building muscle. There's a couple of reasons, and the first one that I will say is that you are not eating enough protein. I genuinely, and I'm trying to be nice here, but like if you're not eating at least 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, ideally 1 gram per pound of body weight, then turn this podcast off because this is irrelevant. Protein should be an absolute non-negotiable for you. You have got to be eating at least 0.8 grams per pound of body weight if you want to maintain and grow your muscle. If you don't worry about it. But I promise you, it is extremely important to eat 0.8 grams, at least ideally 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein every single day. And that may not be the easiest thing for you to do. You may have to make some new habits to do it. I'll probably do an episode on protein at some point. Let me know if you want to hear more on that. But you got to start with having enough protein in order to build muscle. Now, the principle I'm going to be talking about today is called progressive overload. So a lot of times what I've seen with people in the gym is they go to the gym actually pretty consistently, but they don't really have a framework for how they're going to the gym. There's no intentionality. They just kind of show up and do whatever they feel like doing. And by the way, you can definitely build muscle. Like if you're eating good protein and you're going to the gym and you're lifting weights, like yes, you will definitely put on size, but at some point kind of the newbie gains will fade away and you might plateau. And the best way to grow and build muscle over time is called progressive overload. And this is going to fall into one of the principles that I like to talk about a lot, which is boring your way to success, because progressive overload can be boring because a lot of times it requires kind of doing the same thing for a long period of time. I've done certain workout plans for like years at a time, and I know that that's not like the funnest, most exciting things, but I found a way because I care enough about building muscle to like make it happen. I think a lot of people, they jump around to different exercises every single time, or they're like, I'm going to play pickleball today, or I'm going to go rock climbing, which like, look, if you're getting active, that's way better than like 95% of America. And if you're happy with that, then great. But if your goal is to build muscle, which I know for a lot of people it is, you've got to work on progressive overload. Now, what in the world is progressive overload? That is where you train harder than last time. There's a guy that I love from YouTube. His name is Greg Doucette, and he talks in this really high voice and he goes, "You have to train harder than last time." And it's really funny. And he just talks about the importance of progressive overload. Think about it. Why would your muscle grow if you don't give it a reason to grow? And giving it a reason to grow means lifting more than you did last time. Now, are you automatically going to get way stronger every week? In the beginning, maybe, but once you've been lifting for years, then no. And so the way to really think about progressive overload, again, this is boring your way to success. I use this app called the Strong app. You can use the notes in your phone. I think it's harder to stay organized there. You can use a pen and a paper if you want to go old school, but the Strong app, it's free for at least 3 different workouts you want to build. I put all my workouts in the app and it tracks the amount of sets and the amount of reps that I do. And what that does is it just helps me to either do, here's the principle, 1 more rep or 5 more pounds, 1 more rep or 5 more pounds every single time. So let's say I'm doing incline bench press, which, side note, by the way, incline is way better than flat bench. If you're trying to grow your chest, trust me with that. If you have a big ego and you want to lift as much as possible, then sure, do flat bench. But if you want to have a bigger chest, do incline bench. Trust me with that. But you got to lift more than last time. And the only way to do that is to do consistent workouts and to actually know what you did last time, which is why you need to track it. So let's say that I am doing incline chest and I'm doing 4 sets. That I usually do about 4 sets. And I'm going for the first 2. This is getting pretty detailed here, but I may go 4 to 6 reps at like my max weight, and then 4 to 6 reps again, and then I'll do 6 to 8, and then I'll do 8 to 10 for the 4th set. And the way that I do this is once I get 6 reps on set 1 and set 2, which I keep the same weight, then I go up 5 pounds. But if I don't get 6 and 6, what I do is I just focus on 1 more rep. So let's say I get 6 reps for the first one, but like 5 reps for the second. The next week when I come back, I'll get 6 reps on the first, and then I'll get 6 reps on the second, and then it becomes time to add 5 more pounds. So I may have lost you when it came to those 4 different sets. I can give more details about like the sets that I do. That is less important. At the end of the day, what you need to do is track the amount of reps and the amount of weight that you're doing. And every single time, add either one more rep or 5 more pounds, and you will get stronger, which will give your muscle a reason to grow. I'll see you tomorrow. Time for you and me to wake up and lead.